Hello children, we are back again to our class with a new chapter, Nutrition in Plants. First of all, what is nutrition? How it is necessary for us? The process of taking in food and utilizing it to perform various activities is called nutrition. Means in the previous chapter you have learnt what is need of taking food, what are the components present in the food like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, how they are useful to us. What happens if you won't take proper food? Same as us, or human body, like humans, the plants also require their nutrients. How they get nutrients? They are not depending on any others for their food. Plants, they are preparing their own food materials. But how? How the process will happen to prepare their food? We will study all these in this lesson. If you see, plants, they not only preparing their food materials, but they also serves as food for all living organisms on the earth, either directly or indirectly. Means here all the plants, all the organisms, some parasitic plants. You know, parasite means the organisms which depends on other organisms. We will learn more about that in the next class. So, all plants, all living organisms will depend on plants only for their food. Before 3000 years ago, Aristotle said that plants produce everything by utilizing their substances from the soil. Next, the von Hellman in 1648, he did many experiments. He did an experiment by taking a plant from his willow. He selected a plant and potted that plant in a big pot. Before planting it, he measured the mass, means the weight of the plant and also weight of the soil, and potted them in a pot. He also covered that pot with a lid by making a small holes to enter water into it. He did this experiment for 5 years. He let that pot for 5 years. After 5 years, when he observed that pot, the plant was grown very well. Then he took that plant and measured that plant and also soil. See, if you see this table, the starting time, it was the weight. The tree's weight is starting 2.27. After 5 years, it gives 76 kgs and 74 grams. Means you can see the difference between the starting state of the plant and also after 5 years. There is a difference of 74 kgs and 47 grams. If you observe the weight of the soil also, before it was 90 kgs and 76 grams. After 90 kgs, 66 grams. See, you can observe the change. It is little bit. Means it absorbs the nutrients. That's it. There are the difference of 0.06 grams only. By observing this, von Helmont said that the substance needed for the plant, not only from the soil and from the water, is essential for it. Is von Helmont correct? His conclusion is correct. Many scientists got this doubt and did a sequence of experiments. In that, Stephen Hales, in his experiment, he proved that leaves serves as organ for transpiration. What is transpiration? You may get that doubt. You have already learnt. You may or may not be remembered. I will recap it once. The leaves consist of small, minute holes on the surface of the leaf, which cannot be seen with our eyes. We call them as stomata. The plants absorb the nutrients and water from the soil. If the excess water is there, the plant will excrete that water in the form of transpiration, means through the stomata they excrete. That's why in the winter mornings you can see some water coming on the leaves. That is the transpiration. Even for the gases exchange, means exchange of gases takes place through this stomata only. Means the plant, it absorbs carbon dioxide from the environment and releases oxygen into the environment through these small holes called stomata. Next, another scientist, Priestley, in his experiment, he proved that whatever the amount of oxygen we are breathing from the environment, it is released from the plants only. They are the plants, they will absorb carbon dioxide from the environment and releases oxygen into the environment. The process is here reverse. We are inhaling oxygen, but the plants, they are absorbing carbon dioxide. Means we are making the air impure, but the plants, they are making the air pure form. This was concluded by Priestley. Next, another scientist, Ingenhousz. In his experiment, he proved that sunlight plays a major role in the process of photosynthesis by the green pigment present in the leaves. Those green pigments absorb different rays of light from the sunlight and helps in the process of photosynthesis. Generally, parts of plant, they absorb carbon dioxide, water, sunlight from the environment and helps in the process of photosynthesis. Is this enough for the plant to prepare its food materials? No. The another pigment called chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves, also plays a major role in the process of photosynthesis. In the absence of any of these, either chlorophyll or anyway the chlorophyll, it will present in the leaves. But in the absence of carbon dioxide, water or the nutrients which are present in the soil, the plant cannot prepare its food materials. If the plants cannot prepare its food materials, there won't be their life. Without plant, there is no organism on the earth to live. And the next topic is, where does water comes from? Just now we have learned that the plant absorbs the water from the soil through the roots, and the preparation of food materials takes place in the leaves. That's the upper part of the plant, whereas the roots are underground in the soil. How the water reaches from soil to the leaves? If you remember, in the previous class, in the class 6, you have an activity about transportation. Take 2 glasses and 2 stems of which contain flower. Example, I said a lily, white color flower. If you take the white color flower stem, collect 2 stems of that flower and keep each stem in each glass. If you add blue ink in one glass along with the water, fill the glass with the water. If you add blue ink in one glass and add red ink in another glass, what will you observe after a few hours? The color of the white flower will change to the respective color what you added in that glass. If you add blue color, the flower gets blue color. If you add red color, the flower gets red color. How it happens? You may or may not be remembered. Once again I will recap it. The water, when you add color to the water also gets colored through the process of transportation. Same as how in plants how it will happen. The stem absorbs the water and transport to all the parts of the plant. Just like how the roots will absorb. The roots absorb the water and send to different parts, stem, roots, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits. The roots will send the water to different parts of the plant. Same here, the blue color also transferred along with the water to the flower. That's why the color of the flower will change. It is an example. I am explaining about the example how the plant will absorb the water and transport to different parts of the plant. How the transportation takes place then? Which part of the stem helps? If you see, if you cut the stem into transfer section, if it is a stem, if I cut it and if I observe the circular part, that is a TS, we call it as transfer section. If you observe the transfer section of the stem, it is the outermost layer, that is the bark which helps in the shape, which gives shape and protection to the stem. And the inner, this circular one is the vascular bundles. We call it as vascular bundles, which consisting of xylem and phloem. The xylem, the function of the xylem is to transport water from lower part of the plant to the upper parts, means from roots to the leaves, every part of the plant. Whereas the phloem, it will transport the food materials which are prepared in the leaves by absorbing the water. It is absorbed from the soil and carbon dioxide from the environment through the stomata. Anyway, the chlorophyll is present in the leaves. And sunlight from the sun, and prepare its food materials in the leaves. And these leaves prepare the food materials sent to different parts of the plant along with the roots. So these phloem tubes, the inner part is the phloem, which helps in transfer of food materials from leaves to different parts of the plant. By using these food materials, the plant, it will produce flowers, and from flowers to fruits and seeds. Through this process, the reproduction, it will again develops into new plants. So, note these definitions, copy this, try to write your own notes. Till now, what you have learned today's class? Okay, children. Thank you.